Right, so today we are going to talk about three-digit multiplication. You can use this method for any number of digits really, but we are going to stick to three-digit multiplication for now. You can do it 4, 5, any number of digit multiplication. And the main idea is simple because multiplication is repeated addition. We are first going to multiply using the units place and then the tens place and then the hundreds place and then carefully add the numbers to get the final result. Now a natural question is, what's the point of this? Why are we doing it by hand? And the context is that everybody now has a mobile phone that has a calculator in it or access to a computer. More or less we can take it for granted. Then what's the point of doing this multiplication by hand? The answer to that is twofold. One is the actual final answer of the multiplication is not that critical, but you can learn how to estimate the numbers if you have a feel for the numbers and you know how to do it by hand. Say for example, it's this one of these problems is asking for 724 times 963. I can say that okay fine, this is roughly 700 times 1000, which is 700,000. So that's an estimate. The actual answer might be different, but if you get a feel for the numbers, then you can quickly make these estimates. And secondly, it's important to go through these motions once and understand how to do these things properly by hand, because that's how we learn how to do mathematics. You cannot watch me solve these problems and learn it. You have to do it by hand, and that's why I encourage you to do these types of problems by hand. That's the only way to learn. So for example, I can, if you want to learn multiplication by hand, then that builds your confidence. You can do additions much more easily. Or once you learn more stuff, say you can do integration by hand, and that gives confidence, that gives more understanding of the nuts and bolts of the entire process. So let's see how to do these multiplications. So hopefully I have convinced you that this is a worthwhile exercise. So let's see what this is. So the first is 314 times 272. Note that I have written these numbers in a vertical fashion, that is one below the other, and write the units place below units place and tens place before tens place. This is units place, tens place and hundreds place. Write them one below the other so that the multiplications are easier. So we need to start with this the lower numbers units place, which is 2. So 2 times 4 is 8, 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 3 is 6. So this is the answer for 314 times 2. Now we want to multiply by the next digit, which is 7 here. But 7 is actually 70 if you think about it, because it's in tens place. So we write a 0 here below the units place, and now we can easily multiply by 7. 7 times 4 is 28. The carry is 2. 7 times 1 is 7 plus 2 is 9. 7 times 3 is 21. So this is 314 times 70. And now I want to multiply by 2, which I already know the answer, but we'll still do it. But now this 2 is not 2, this is actually 200. So we write two zeros here below the zero, or rather units place and tens place. 2 times 4 is 8, 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 3 is 6. So now we have finished the multiplication with the individual digits. Now let's add these numbers up. So 8 plus 0 is 8. 2 plus 8 is 10, carry 1. 1 plus 8 is 9, plus 9, 18 plus 6, 24, carry 2. 2 plus 2 plus 1 is 5. 6 plus 2 is 8. So this is the final answer. This is 85,408. This is the multiplication. So what did we do here? We multiplied by units place, tens place and hundreds place in turn, and we arranged the numbers one below the other so that the numbers with a given place value are stacked one below the other so that the additions are simple. And then we are doing these additions. I'm not writing these explicit plus symbols, but it is understood that it is an addition at this point. Let's for completeness write what this is. 314 times 200. So ultimately what we have obtained here is this is 314 times 2 plus 70 plus 200, which is 314 times 272. This is what this number is. So this is our final answer. Let's do another one. 724 times 963, right? 724 times 963. Let's write numbers below their correct place value. And now we want to start multiplying with 3. 3 times 4 is 12, carry 1. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 1 is 7. And 3 times 7 is 21. 6 is actually 60, so let's write a 0 here. This is 24, carry 2. This is 6 times 2 is 12 plus 2 is 14, carry 1. And this is 43. Now multiply with 9. 9 is actually 900, so write 2 zeros here. So this is 9 times 4 is 36. The carry is 3 now. 9 times 2 is 18 plus 3 is 21. Carry is 2 now. 9 times 7 is 63 plus 2 is 65. So finally we want to add these numbers now. This is 2. 7 plus 4 is 11. Carry 1. 1 plus 6 is 7 plus 4 is 11 plus 1 is 12. Carry 1 again. This is 1 plus 1 is 2 plus 3 is 5 plus 2 is 7. And this is 5 plus 4 is 9 and 6 is 6. So this is the final answer that we got. So this number as before is 724 times 3. This number is 724 times 60. This number is 724 times 900. So finally if I add all this, it becomes 724 times 900 plus 60 plus 3, which is 963, which is this number. So this is our final answer. And just as a sanity check, so if you remember, we mentioned at the beginning of this talk that the answer should be roughly 700,000. This is 724 times 963, which is roughly whatever, 700 times 1000, which is 700,000. This number is close to 700,000. This is close enough. This is less than 3,000 difference. So see, without even knowing the final answer, I can make a pretty good guess at it, because you know the mechanics. You're not just blindly punching numbers in a calculator and whatever the calculator says is your answer. And you can get a feel for the numbers without actually doing any of the actual multiplication. So yeah, that's my suggestion here, that you need to learn this mechanism by heart really. Even if I wake you up from sleep and you want to multiply numbers like this, you should have that confidence that you can just do it. You don't need to refer to any textbook or any calculator or anything, because that is what is important. And then the way to build this is just practice. You multiply this until you are comfortable with these kind of multiplications. All right, that's it.